I got an attitude because I recorded. I had my mic. I tested it before even hitting record. I tested it. No, I tested, I did a recording with the mic and it worked. And I recorded a whole recap of Love After Lockup and it did not pick up a thing. So we gonna run this back. What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Jana Tease, and I'm back again, re-recording this recap for Love After Lockup. This is, I don't even know what season we are on this at this point. It will be in the title. It'll be in the title. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed, but the show must go on. So if the energy is not, well, y'all wouldn't have known, but all right. Savannah and Bradley reunite. When she was out there waiting, she sees a little field mice and she picks it up. And I'm just like, all the diseases that mice have, world. What the hell? But they reunited, and it feels so good. They reunite. It's happy times. They about to go do what they do next. Let's go to Joey and Michael. Joey and Michael, we've seen them before. They are back. Michael's about to get out of jail. Joey's going to pick up his stuff from his mom's house. She has Michael's phone, his clothes, all that stuff. And she really likes Joey. She's really liking Joey. She's hoping that, Michael doesn't, mess him up. But she's really liking Joey. She has his phone, Michael's phone, and she's like, I'm about to just do a factory reset on all this. So any numbers that he had with, the bad influence and all that stuff, he can't contact them. Okay? And everybody just wants Michael to remain sober. Joey's been sober for about 2 years at this point. He did have a relapse with Michael, before Michael got locked up. We see Joey's dad again. Remember, Joey's family was really good. I like Joey's family. Joey talks about all the insecurities he has, because, Michael's good looking and all that stuff. And Michael says he hasn't been completely honest with Joey, which they never are. But he did say that, he's worried about being in a monogamous relationship when he gets out. So we'll see what happens with them. Brooke and JK. Brooke has 2 boys. I think she's about 31 or something like that. She has a 12-year-old and like an 8 or a 7-year-old around that age. 2 different baby daddies. They're both not in the picture. Her and JK are teenage sweethearts. So it seems like everybody in this season knows, their significant others and has known them for a while. So, familiarity, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. But anyway, Brooke she's out with her boys and all that stuff on the farm. And JK calls and her mother's like, what's the deal and all that stuff. Her mom's is not here for all of this, JK has a female best friend named Bonnie, and she asks about, Brooke's mom asks about that dynamic. They're strictly friends. Bonnie dated JK when they were teenagers, but they have remained friends, Excuse me. Brooke actually lives with Bonnie, and I'm just like, girl, that's not your friend. Girl, that's not your friend, because like Bonnie said in the confessional, her loyalty's gonna be with JK. So that's not your friend. Like, that's cool, that's your man's friend, y'all cool, blah blah blah. Ultimately, her loyalty is going to lie with JK. So Brittany, that's not your friend. That's not your friend. Anywho. And which should tell you that that's, Bonnie's loyalty's gonna always lie with JK. There's an ex named Alex, so we're probably gonna see her because you know they mentioned her. If they would have bleeped her name out or whatever. Who was the ex of JK's, and lo and behold, Bonnie lived with this lady too. Bonnie done lived with this lady, and they're just like, and excuse me, Alex had actually cheated on JK, and how she found out, Bonnie recorded her saying that, you know, she cheated on JK, and she told JK, Brittany, Bonnie is not your friend. Period. We gonna move on because that was pretty much it from them. Let's move on to Q, Kiana, and Demadric. I'm gonna call him Demod. I'm gonna call him Demod. They've been off and on for about a decade. They're in Texas, I think like Lubbock area. They've been off and on for a decade. Kiana's 27, Demod is 31 or 30, something like that. So in between time, she said this latest time they've been together for like a year, but in the between this time, Demod done had 3 kids. Whoa, I'm lying. 6 kids by 3 different women, and I'm just like, you sure about this, Q? You sure? You sure? So she at the hair salon that she work at, talking with her co-workers and all that stuff, and you know, she same thing that everybody think. Things is different with her and them and da and all that stuff. But there's a baby mama, one of the baby mamas named Joella. She got 3 of Demadric's kids, and she has been posting that, oh, she misses his you know what and all this stuff, and she's like, free my baby daddy, free my baby daddy. So she's been making them post. Kiana and her stepfather, they're going to go retrieve some of Demadric's things because they about to go pick him up, and they got to drive like 5 hours. So they get to his house. His father is, you know, I guess he has like some of his clothes stored in the garage and all that stuff in containers. And, you know, they're getting the stuff. And we see there's a bit of tension between Demadric's sister, I forgot if they put her name or not, and Kiana. And I was like, first of all, the sister's eyelashes though, I was like, them things was thangin', them things was some caterpillars. I was like, her eyes was like, she was... I was like, girl, is your eyes open? Like, what's going on? Hey, but Kiana and her stepdad get the stuff, and off they go. Demadric's sister calls Joella and says that, you know, Q just left here and all that stuff. And Joella's like, I already see where this is going to go. She done got inboxes about Demadric and all this stuff. We gonna see, y'all. And then her and her stepdad gets to the hotel. They rest up. Next morning comes. They're going to go pick Demadric up. They waiting outside the jail. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. Next thing you know, it's an hour and ain't nobody come out. So they like, what's going on? At the end of the episode, this is actually the end of the episode, they get a call from the jail and it cuts off. So we'll see what happens next week. He's obviously going to get out because he's been in the previews with his ponytails. I was going to do the ponytails, but we ain't even see him. So next week I'm going to do the ponytails, the rough and tough with his afro. So we got another threesome, baby. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I did that. So first things first, we meet Ashley. Ashley's 31. She got 2 kids. She gets a call from her man Julius. She's in love with Julius. I forgot how long she said they've been together. She loves him and all that stuff. And he says when he gets out, his mom's gonna come get him and they can see each other later that day. And she's like, well, I wanted to spend time with you. And he's like, we're going to spend time, blah, blah, blah. And they hang up the phone. Ashley says, I love you. Julius don't say nothing back. And she's like, that's weird. You know, he always says he loves me, but, you know, they call. And I guess since this happened, like the filming and all that stuff, he's not saying it. So we get another call, which makes me want to know who signs these people up. If it's like a 3 thing, did he sign up for the show? Did one of them sign up for the show? And then when they interviewed Julius, they was like, well, come to let me tell you, I got somebody else. So I wonder how that process goes. But anywho, but Julius said he was entertaining other females, but he said he just using them. But Ashley has received inboxes like, oh, so you got my man's name tatted on you, because she does have a tattoo of his name right around here on her chest. Tattoos. What have I told y'all about getting your man and your woman's or your significant other's name tattooed on you? Don't. All right, and then Julius calls somebody else. Who is he calling? Alexis. And they both got A names. I wonder if he gonna mix them up. What if he messing with one and he said the other one's name? Oh my God. Oh my God. But anyway, Alexis, she's a CNA, so she's at the home of her client working and all that stuff. Her coworker arrives because, you know, she's about to take some days off to be with Julius. So, you know, just telling her, you know, I guess with that particular client, how they like things and all that stuff. Okay. Alexis met Julius through his sister, who happens to be her best friend. Okay. So Julius calls Alexis and is telling her that he's going to be paroled at his godmother's house, but he's going to be living with Alexis. Y'all already know how this is going to go. Y'all already know. But according to Julius, he's used to juggling 2 different women. He's 25, by the way. I think, what you call is 31. Ashley's 31, and Alexis is maybe 30, something like that. So he's 25 anyway. First of all, this is coming from somebody who's 34. Don't nobody. What is a 25-year-old gonna do for me? If I was single, what would a 25-year-old do for me besides that? That's all. Ain't nobody, not at this age, trying to be in no serious relationship with a 25-year-old. I'm just saying. Anyway, we get to know a little bit more about Alexis. You know, she's had some insecurity. She unfortunately dealt with a miscarriage and all that stuff. So she, you know, she's all in. And I'm just like, oh my God. They're both all in. And I'm just like, oh my God. We already know. But I need for there to be a meetup. Because we were deprived of a meetup last season with Hunter. I done forgot the people's names now. But Hunter in that situation, we was deprived of a meetup with them ladies. So I need these ladies to meet up. All right? All right. So yeah, that's it, y'all. Again, I'm sorry. This is my second time recording this, so I'm just like, I just need this to be done. And I'm tired. As I said, it was a long 2 weeks. We've had, you know, house guests and all that stuff. So I'm tired. And I just got back from the Rockets game. Like my shirt, Walmart, hey. But make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all on the next video. Later.